I put it up really late. Don't worry, I got two hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. If I see the popo, I'll drop the cell phone on the floor. Anyways, I got a more stable phone holder, so I don't know if it's gonna make the bouncing less, but hopefully it does. I also have a mic, it's a lanyard, but I didn't have time to hook it all up and stuff. So anyways, I put up a video late last night. It was like 11 o'clock about a young lady. She's 24 years old, and she has $188,000 in student loan debt, credit card debt. So you might want to go watch it because that's kind of interesting. And I hear the commentary is just fabulous. So anyway, me thinking, and some people, giving the high fives and all that stuff, saying, you go girl, whatnot. Okay. Do you remember that story about a year ago that ran? I think her last name is Peach. I did a whole thing on her, and she filmed herself going live, getting laid off by her job. She was wearing like that, famous red sweater. Okay. And she filmed herself going live. Oh, speaking of the popo, they're going the opposite direction. So I guess I'm safe. But anyway, she went live filming her layoff and all of that stuff. And people were just telling her, congratulations, she stood up for, bad employers, so to speak, and all of that. There's a car upside down. Oh my God. Okay, well, that's when I always say 2 seconds of prayers. Okay, when I say there's a car upside down, if the person survived it, oh my God. Okay, 2 seconds of prayers. All right, literally upside down, and not in a good way. Not that it's ever a good way to go upside down in your car. But that's gonna be about a 5-hour backup. Hey, this is what you get when you get talking and driving. Okay. But anyways, prayers to that family. But she filmed herself doing the layoff, and people were just, high-fiving her, on social media, saying how great it was that she was brave and she was doing all this stuff. Okay. People, you got to remember something. All the love, likes, and comments when you've done something royally stupid is not going to solve your situation. In other words, a lot of the times, and I said this on that video, I think her last name was Peach, if I remember correct. People are going, oh, you spoke up for everybody and good for you and high five and wonderful. But yet none of them were going to hire her. None of them were going to give her a job because either they really didn't want her in their company if they could hire her, or they were not in a position to be able to make hiring and budgeting decisions. You got to remember that when you've done something royally stupid, and like the video I did yesterday with this young lady, 24, $188,000 in debt. I'll let you watch the video for the details on that. But she was really upset that there were haters. And who were the haters she referred to as haters? They're the people that basically said, what you did was dumb. What you did was foolish. I'm glad you did it, not me. I'm learning vicariously through you. Okay. Or I've been there, done that. And yeah, it was dumb. Well, she didn't like that. And she referred to them as haters and decided to give them the middle finger. Again, you can watch the video for more details on that. But the thing that you have to remember, a lot of people need to remember, when you put something out on social media, okay, you don't really put it out there because you don't want anyone to watch it and you want to sit in dead silence. At least I don't think that's the reason most of us put stuff out on social media. I mean, there are some people that probably do and they don't really care, and it's just their way to, keep a journal or a diary of their daily events, okay? But I know that for creators like me and probably most creators, you want people to respond, react, do whatever, okay? Food for thought. Well, she basically decided to give the middle finger to all these haters. Now, in addition to giving the middle finger to haters, being really stupid because you now have it out there on social media, okay? The other thing you have to remember this is those people that are patting you on the back and stuff, guys, they're not going to do crap for you. They're going to do nothing for you. It's easy to armchair and sit and tell people, that's wonderful, love what you did, no problem. Almost like it's excusing your stupidity. But in reality, okay, they're not your friends. Your friends are going to be the ones who can honestly tell you, look, this wasn't a really good move. This wasn't wise. Here's what you did wrong. But like this gal yesterday, like Peach, from a year ago, the red sweater girl, okay, they really don't seem to learn from their lessons because in some way or another, they keep doing the same mistake over and over again. So this young lady that puts out this TikTok, and the TikTok's very recent. I think she just put it out a few weeks ago because it's currently trending. She doesn't seem to realize that those so-called haters, they're typically people who have either been through it like me, and we understand it, and we can give you a really critical view or assess what you did very critically, okay? And she considers that, this TikToker considers that to be the haters, okay? Or there are people who are literally learning from your mistakes. You cannot put something out on social media and think that every single person out there is going to love it, agree with it, like it. I know people on my channel who have subscribed to me for 5 years. Most of the chat people didn't know this channel has been around for almost half a decade, okay? But it's only been recently discovered by most people, okay? But I can pretty much assure you that during the half a decade this channel's been around, I'm sure there are people that follow that do not agree with everything I say, and it would be impossible for them to agree with everything I say. So if they put up something that is of disagreement, okay, not in a hateful way, but just in, hey, this is my experience, this is what I've seen of it, that doesn't make them haters. To me, haters are the people that go on and comment that have nothing to do with what you were talking about. You know, they're talking about topics that are totally off. It had nothing to do with your race, your orientation, your political view, nothing. If that was not the topic of the video, okay? Those to me, those are your haters. When I think of the people who troll, okay, you got your trollers and they just, love to sit in mom's basement and troll on comments, okay? And you can delete them faster than fast. But she was really having a problem with people telling her this move was really stupid. This move was really dumb. And she also made the fact that she just wasn't into listening to all that. She just simply wanted a solution to the problem. You cannot find a solution to a problem unless you know what created the problem. So a lot of the people, and I went on her TikTok, because before I do, especially a solo TikTok, okay, where I focus on just one person, that's why I call my solo TikTok. It's not, a montage, so to speak, of a bunch of different, TikTokers, but it's just one. I go through their page to see, if is my review, is my assessment correct? And one of the things I've noticed is a lot of people who go on TikTok that refer to people as haters, they're not troll comments. And I do read through people's comments. I read through what people leave on mine. I read through what people leave on other pages. They're not troll comments. But because it disagrees with what the creator says or what the creator wants, a lot of people are quick to say that is haters. And I think we need to be really careful at distinguishing the difference between what is a troll comment, TROLL, okay, what's a troll comment, which is truly a hater in my opinion, because like I said, the topics are relevant, or what is actually someone giving you critical feedback. And I will tell you, even on this channel, okay, and I will never say who the subscriber was. I think they were subscribers. I don't know if they were, but they know who they are, okay? And they wrote me a very honest review about my channel it's probably about 7-8 months ago. It was like summer 2024. And their comment was basically, really like your channel, but I think you focus too much on da-da-da. And I'm just to keep that private because I want to keep them private. And then they also gave me tips on how, they thought I could prove it technology-wise. They know exactly who they are, okay? And I was blown away. Now, what would have happened? So I went ahead, I implemented their ideas, and they told me, here's what I think you should do, da-da. This was somebody I'd never met. They wrote me this really long thing. Now, I could have sat there and said, oh my God, that is such a hater. They don't like what I do. But instead, I took it the way people should take it. I think the way creators should take it, if it's truly, truly useful information. I'm a stoplight. That's why I can look at you, okay? If I think it truly, truly is useful information, and I took it, I absorbed it, and I said, okay, I think they have some valid points to my channel. Again, I will keep it private as to what those changes were. A few months after doing it, I finally surpassed, in September 2024, I finally surpassed 2,000 subscribers. I didn't even have 2,000 subscribers in September 2024. Okay, I was struggling, and I guess this person had been watching the channel for quite a while, and it was very clear they had been watching it for a while, because the comments they made could only be made by someone who had watched my channel for an extensive period of time. There is no way that they could have made these type of comments. And I wrote the person back and I said, wow, the fact that you took, this was what I told them. I said, the fact that you took the time to write me what was literally in the world of YouTube, it was a small dissertation, because everything on YouTube, or especially on TikTok stuff, it's 1-2 sentences. Now, this was a breakdown of the technology, the content, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is somebody who's actually trying to help me. You see, the problem is that we get so far in our head sometimes, especially when we're young, we're mature, we haven't had a whole lot of experience. We have a hard time. I don't have that difficulty anymore at 57, but we have a hard time, especially when we're growing up and young adults, at separating who's trying to actually help you, okay, with constructive feedback and criticism, and who is hating you. My video that I did on her yesterday, she's probably going to see it as a hate video. Okay, you spent 50 minutes focusing on my 9-minute TikTok. Yes, I did. And I could have done it even longer, but I got people who exercise in my video, and after 50 minutes, they're tired of being on the treadmill, and they probably want off. That's a little joke for my longtime viewers, okay? But that's the thing, is so oftentimes, it's easy for us to sit and say, oh, as creators, it's easy to go, this person hates me. It's why oftentimes people who are new to the world of work, okay, and they want to talk about their boss, and they'll say, their boss is so mean, their boss is unreasonable. And I have a hard time. Look, I know there are bad bosses out there. We've all had them, okay? But as you mature, you start to ask, is your boss giving you constructive criticism that might hurt a little bit, it might sting a little bit, but it's actually going to improve you? It's actually going to make you better. Or are you going in with just your ego in your hand, and that is the only thing you are focusing on? I genuinely believe that the TikToker that I did yesterday, she's not ready to get out of debt. She's not ready to release that $188,000 student loan debt with $2,000 a month payments. She's not ready to really take the steps to solve that problem. She says she is. But when you go on social media and you give the middle finger to people who are commenting about you, yes, the comments sting. And again, I went to her page, I looked at the comments. I really didn't, and I'm not saying I read every single one. I don't have the time, okay? But the comments that I saw, they're the type of comments, yeah, they sting. My God, this was a dumb thing you did. Okay, it stings a little, right? If I had social media at the time that I went bankrupt in my 20s because I spent too much money on credit card debt, you know what the comments would have been? I can't believe, Carrie, that you just went out and you blew your paycheck before it was even in the bank. 12, 24 hours before it's even in the bank, you're out blowing your paycheck. How could you possibly be overspending? But those aren't hate comments. Those are just comments that simply are focusing on reality. So we just have to remember. And the other thing too, people, you got to remember, especially those creators out there, okay, and to audience viewers who may not know this, believe it or not, in the world of YouTube, okay, and I really focus on YouTube. I don't really do TikTok, okay? I don't make TikToks. I pull from TikTok. I don't make them, okay? But even the hate comments have value, all right? They do. Because not only can they teach you how to be better, not only can it bring to light what you've done wrong, but believe it or not, the YouTube algorithm loves it. If every single person who disliked your video, and I kid you not, were to say, I dislike this video, it actually helps your channel. This is why as a creator, sometimes I do have to chuckle when somebody, leaves out, I can't stand this. I've had a few. Okay? It's expected, all right? It's expected. I can't stand this channel. I can't believe you're a content creator and you make this rubbish, okay? I mean, we've all dealt with it. And then they hit send. They just did your channel one of the biggest favors. Why? Because they engaged with it. So I have a hard time believing when people say, they put out content and then they sit and they criticize everybody who comments on their content, whether the comments are good, bad, or negative, but they sit and they criticize it. And I'm thinking, that's just stupid, because you put the content out there for people to watch. You want them to engage and react to it. And then when they do, you call them haters because you don't like it. All right, folks, it's good. Hope you enjoyed this drive. And I am smart. I never film in the school building, ever. All right, look at that. 7 minutes before I have to sign in, family. 7 minutes. I'll see y'all later. You guys have a great day. Bye.